to these box-off. There's 2 box-off bouts. This is the one in the bottom half of the draw. And here, Mukhammedsabyr, Bazarbaiuly in the red will be up against Jose Manuel Viafara in the blue. And Bazarbaiuly, it was a dramatic contest yesterday against Erislandy Alvarez, the Cuban, suffering an early cut. Turned into a bit of a slugfest. Alvarez took a standing 8 count. I think he had a point deducted as well, but the Cuban making it through, and Bazarbaiuly going into this box-off. The Colombian here, Jose Manuel Viafara, he was absolutely devastated after losing a narrow split decision to Malik Hazanov of Azerbaijan. That was another thriller. And somehow needs to regroup after that loss yesterday.
Yeah, this is key. You've got to have, as we see, the tail of the tape in terms of 4 major bouts already. Get his composure back. And this is very much an extra chance for him in this box-off. Bazarbaiuly, as we know, he'll be fresh. And let's just see how he is in terms of physical fitness and readiness. But very much the business end now in Bangkok, moving towards whoever wins goes to the big dance in France.
And I suppose it's a bit like in other combat sports where you get the repechage, don't you? You can still win a medal despite suffering a defeat. You get that kind of second chance. And it's been a long week as well, so physically it's tiring and you've got to dig deep. You've got to just keep going, and then you've got to have another one tomorrow. It's a lot. It's a lot for these boxers to cope with.
Well, it certainly is. Psychologically, you've got to rouse yourself and get yourself into position physically as well. They've been through the ringer in terms of getting to the centre of the ring here. But if someone had said to them at the start of this week, you will have 1 bout to make it to Paris, they would have been delighted to try and take that. So they have their chance. We can see already Viafara on the back foot, heavily sweat across the big muscled arms of the Colombian, so he's obviously warmed up well. Bazarbaiuly composed and steady, and that right foot in front, southpaw stance.
Viafara was getting the jab going early on, but seems to have gone into his shell a little bit as Bazarbaiuly comes forward. Two southpaws going head to head. Sorry, John.
No, I was just going to say the exact same thing. It's that looking in the mirror and trying to figure out the shots to throw.
Sure, it's going to be too long before this catches light. This contest is a bit of a slow burner. With so much on the line.
Yeah, both men just engage in a little bit of point picking as they think about the Paris Olympic Games. It's not just in terms of the range between each other, but the gap, that gap between the two is the extent of their ambition. And they're just basically trying to knock that desire out of each other. Good little triple punch salvo there from Bazarbaiuly.
Over the top from Viafara, firing back, and this is what we were hoping to see. A bit more engagement in the middle of the ring. Oh, that's a big left over the top from Bazarbaiuly. Back comes Viafara.
And the Colombian just having a little bit of difficulty. He's reached in quite a few times and got himself caught, but catches a nice counter there, the man from Colombia, and that will be an eye catcher for the judges as well.
Tough round to score. Took a while to warm up. And both men landing big shots at the end of it, but the round goes to Bazarbaiuly, 10-9 across the board.
Yeah, deserving of that, I think, Bazarbaiuly. Maybe not as wide as that. Viafara had his moments, but Bazarbaiuly carrying the fight. It was scrappy, and that's understandable because of the rewards at stake. But the occasional clean shot, and the only difficulty for Viafara he has to watch is when he's leaping in. As a smaller boxer, Bazarbaiuly doesn't move back, he moves in. So instead of going away, he gets in nice and close and smothers the work.
Not quite sure what the delay is. Looks like we're both ready a bit early. Usually boxers take as long as possible in the corner, but both raring to go. Good defence from Viafara there. Took 4 or 5 shots on the gloves. Nice high guard, and that could make Bazarbaiuly think maybe I should switch to the body.
Yeah, the Colombian strength there. Impressive musculature helping him out there with those blocking shots. And as you rightly said, Rory, must be listening to your commentary, picks off to the body.
Right from Viafara. Turned around though by the Kazakh.
And you were saying before, Rory, about lighting the blue touch paper, letting things go. Just as a nice 3-punch combo there from Bazarbaiuly. They might not all be landing cleanly, but he has been the busier, he has been the more competitive. But as we know, Viafara trying to respond.
Cut by the right eye. And that signal from the referee, I think he signalled it was caused by a punch.
In which case it would be a legal shot rather than a headshot, but mercifully just a little scratch. Doesn't seem to be affecting his vision too much, but a nice bright red target for the Colombian to go for. But great backhand shot there from Bazarbaiuly.
Yeah, he's coming back well. Referee telling the Colombian to listen. He's going to have another look at that cut now. Should go through the rules on cuts. They are a little bit complicated, but if it's deemed to have been caused by a legal shot, a legal punch, then the decision would be referee stops contest, injury, and the winner would be the uninjured party. If it's been caused by a clash of heads, an unintentional foul is the official description, would go to the scorecards. And if it's a deliberate foul, it's a disqualification for the aggressor, shall we say. But look at that cut, that blood is streaming. He's going to have another look.
And so far the medical team have been pretty satisfied. It's running down the outside of the eye. Can he get through to the end of the round, get back to his coaching corner? Because he's in good form and good position here. Doesn't want to get stopped on cuts. But by way of contrast, well, we needed something to let things fly. The blood flowing, as are the punches now.
The cut doesn't seem to be affecting his work at all. And it's opened up again, getting through the guard. Bazarbaiuly. And Viafara, I don't know, he just seems a bit hurried and rushed now.
Yeah, I was mentioning it, following over your punches like that there. When you reach in with everything you've got, that can put you off balance, and that is what's happened. And this is the type of finish to the round that Bazarbaiuly needs.
20-odd seconds to go, and you said about him falling over, throwing himself at his Kazakhstani opponent, and Viafara just losing his form. Maybe he's got a bit excited at seeing the cut, thinking I can do some damage here, but he's got to keep it steady. He's got to be controlled.
Yeah, it's the line between desire and desperation, and the Colombian has been treading it there. Bazarbaiuly may have been cut, he may have been worried about the medical intervention, but it doesn't look too bad there. It's a light right along the eyelid, but the eye-catching work certainly from the man in red there at the end of that round, Rory.
Definitely. What did the judges make of it? This is very important. Well, they've given all 5 judges have given that to Viafara. So it's all square going into round 3.
And this is where the Cutsman's going to have to earn his wages here. That little bit of adrenaline allowed into the mix just to close things up, but over 3 minutes, I dare say it would be very harsh to stop this one on cuts.
Seeing some of the highlights of the round, and good work by both men, but I thought the majority came from Bazarbaiuly.
Yeah, Bazarbaiuly can probably feel a little bit aggrieved there. Maybe just that stoppage making the difference in terms of the judges' opinions. But it's out of the judges' hands and into both boxers now. Bazarbaiuly takes a backward step. Good jab there from Jose Manuel Viafara.
Boxers get wrapped up a bit. Has been messy at times.
It's the last tangle for Paris.
Good combination from Bazarbaiuly, the man in red. Bit of a pushing right hand through the guard rather than a snappy one.
Yeah, he's trying to force the pace and force a space there. And the referee just saying stop there. It's just getting a little bit tousled, and they're going to have some running repairs on this side. As we've seen, shouldn't be in any danger, but there's just a little warning there from the medical supervisory team.
Is that saying one more?
Yeah, I would think so. And hence Bazarbaiuly trying to get things done quickly. He's holding the centre. Now watch the head there.
Viafara will be doing his best to rub his head on that cut, make it open up again.
By any means necessary, a path to Paris. Precarious now for both.
Bazarbaiuly trying to unload on the ropes. Back comes Viafara, a couple of really strong punches from the Colombian. Could that have put him in control of this bout?
Certainly looked that way. Off balance there was Bazarbaiuly as he takes a backward step for the first time. Big swings now for Viafara. But the swing and a miss, dangerous. I wonder if the referee was going to let this one flow. He is. Doesn't make any adjustment for the blood to the eye. But Viafara has made that adjustment, Rory.
He has, and it's time for the man in red to really start throwing. But now Viafara is on his bike. Right jab from Bazarbaiuly, follows it up with the left, and now Viafara doing a bit of spoiling, having landed that big combination. Doesn't want to get too passive though, because it's still close. 43 seconds to go. I think we're just going to go straight to the bell now. Did have a good look at the eye, but he's letting them get on with it. Counter from Bazarbaiuly.
It's become pretty basic and brutal in this box-off, hasn't it? Bazarbaiuly eats a shot there on the way through. Viafara has found energy from somewhere, tries to step on the gas there. Both men leaving nothing to chance here as we go into the closing stages.
Can either man find one big punch? Good left from Bazarbaiuly. Viafara back on his bike, out of trouble. Hands in the air from both. The blood is flowing from that cut. And there would be a bit of a doubt over whether he could box tomorrow if he got through, but that option may not be open to him. It's all up to the 5 judges at ringside. It was dead level after 2 rounds. Jose Manuel Viafara did land that superb combination. He rocked Bazarbaiuly midway through the last. And could that be enough to decide the contest in his favour?
Yeah, just a trace of a smile as a good handshake on the Colombian, Jose Manuel Viafara. Bazarbaiuly couldn't have given any more. Both hands raised, but in the hands of the judges now.
Ring B. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by split decision In the red corner, representing Kazakhstan, Mukhammedsabyr, Bazarbaiuly.
Bazarbaiuly gets the decision. The Kazakhstan flag in the crowd. The fans are delighted. For the second time in 24 hours, Jose Manuel Viafara left a little bit shocked. He's not as upset as he was yesterday, and yesterday's one was really close. But I think over the 3 rounds, I think that was the right decision.
Yeah, certainly the official decision, and I would certainly concur with you there, Rory, in terms of competitiveness, in terms of clean work, overcoming obstacles. The bad cut as well for Bazarbaiuly. He dug deep. Viafara had successes, but sporadic successes. And when you go back to just clean boxing and who was the one that carried the fight, well, you don't have to look much further than Bazarbaiuly. Bruised, bloodied and cut. But can he recover in time? It looked like quite a deep cut along the eyelid. I'm sure they'll be doing everything they can to get him ready.
3 judges giving Bazarbaiuly that final round 2.